our lives around, don't we, Russ?
Yeah, so, absolutely.
It's always quite humbling when you get receiving a lot of messages and well wishes for your birthday. And yeah, appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who sent me a message or drop me a line. It's very much appreciated. And
a massive afternoon of football in front of us as well. As I mentioned, a point for Canberra Croatia will do it. 26th time league champion they will be. Should they get that, they'll play in the Australian Championship. Nice easy group against Avondale, Preston Lions and NWS Spirit, the champions of New South Wales.
We were having a chat about that before, actually. We even had a chat about that at home. And gee, it's a great initiative and a great honour for whoever represents Canberra. But gee, you wouldn't be cherishing, looking forward to playing teams like Avondale and Preston away from home and even the Sydney team. But yeah, Avondale are on fire. They'll go close in the FFA Cup.
Yeah, look, in a football perspective, they're the kind of games you want, isn't it? To play those big teams, and that's the way you want to do it. The only team that can stop them, of course, is the other team here today, Tigers FC. A win for them would close the gap to 2 points, would set us up for a Super Saturday, Sunday next week. I know you've talked about this before, how they should be playing at the same time. They won't be. Tigers would be playing on the Saturday, and then Croatia would know what they need to do on the Sunday. As it is, they both need to know they need to win anyway, so it wouldn't make a lot of difference. But this afternoon, Tigers FC know that nothing less than 3 points will do. Does that change the mindset going into the game, or is it literally, well, we know we've got to win anyway, so let's get out there and do it?
No, look, I think it does weigh a little bit on the approaches. I think, put it this way, if Canberra Croatia needed to win and they were 1-1 with 10 to go, they'd approach the last 10 minutes differently than if they're 1-1 and happy to have a draw, because, so as much as you go into a game with the same sort of approach around, obviously you want to win and put your best foot forward. When it comes down to it, if the result is all the important thing at the end, you play for that result. So, look, it does have an influence on maybe how they play, but probably not initially, more towards the back end of the game.
Well, bear with me for this next bit, Frank, because this is all about maths. This is not the only big game of the weekend, of course. Over at High Street, the Clearwater Derbies is taking place. Monaro Panthers comfortably in third, up against Queanbeyan City in fourth. Queanbeyan City on 24 points in fourth place, minus 12 goal difference. Tuggeranong United on 24 points in fifth place, minus 16 goal difference. Gungahlin United, after their midweek win, on 22 points with minus 21 in sixth place. Any one of those three could make the four. Queanbeyan City play Monaro Panthers today. A win for them would put it in their hands with a better goal difference and 3-point cushion, depending on how Tuggeranong got on tomorrow. Anything but a win for Queanbeyan City opens the door for Tuggeranong United, who play O'Connor Knights tomorrow afternoon in the Old Boys game out at Canberra 2. Should both those teams fall over, Gungahlin United, with a victory in home to Ugali, could go into fourth come the end of this round with one round to go. It's great that there's so much on all these games today and tomorrow as well. And that race for the four, you look at that and you go, I've been looking through it this week, Frank, and we've discussed it, and I think we've discussed it with other people. It really boils down to Tuggeranong United tomorrow have to beat O'Connor, you'd think. Yep. They've got Croatia away next week. That might have a bearing depending if Croatia have already won the league, on what sort of side they pick as well. But you think, Tuggeranong win tomorrow, if Queanbeyan don't win today, puts them in the box seat. If Queanbeyan win today, though, they're in the box seat.
Yeah, and I'll add another one in there. And I mean, I know this has been done to death, but if there was promotion relegation and O'Connor play Ugali next week, what O'Connor do tomorrow may have had a lot more.
I had this conversation with Willem Lejeune when he walked in today. We walked in from the car park together and we had a bit of a chat about this. Let's just play what ifs, right? Yep. Tigers win today. Queanbeyan, Tuggeranong and Gungahlin. Queanbeyan, Tuggeranong don't win, Gungahlin win, whatever. Yep. Next week, Tuggeranong play Croatia. Yep. There's something on that game. They'd need to win, knowing that Tigers are playing Queanbeyan City right here. Queanbeyan would need to win to get into the four. Tigers would need to win potentially to win the league. Tuggeranong United would need to beat Croatia to get into the four. Croatia would need to win the league. Gungahlin play Monaro Panthers. Monaro Panthers doesn't matter to them. They're going to finish third either way. Although if they win tonight, Tigers lose, they could finish second. So they get a second bite of the cherry if they win that. Gungahlin could reach the four if they win that game as well. And then you mentioned the Ugali O'Connor game, which would be for relegation to the second tier. There'd be something on that game. Every single match next week would have something massive riding on it for pretty much every team.
And if they all kicked off at, say, 2:30 on a Saturday or a Sunday, how good would that be?
Do you know, we'd have to get Jeff Stelling across for football, Gillette Soccer Saturday, to just take us through everything. It would be absolutely mental.
It would be so good.
As it is, we don't have that relegation aspect, but we do have something potentially on 3 of the 4 matches. And, of course, the pride on the line with that O'Connor-Ugali one as well. Neither of those sides want to be the team that sits at the bottom of the table and going, well, what if there had been no relegation promotion? This would have been where we were at. Anyway, that's all the NPL action. It's just absolute lunacy across the league this week, today and tomorrow. Women's National Premier League action. Well, Canberra Croatia will play Madura tomorrow. A win for them would secure second place, I think, after they beat Canberra Olympic, were lost in the week to Balconia United. You're playing West Canberra Wanderers. You could put a dent in their finals hopes as well. That was a big one there. And, of course, Tuggeranong play away to Gungahlin United. Gungahlin need a win to put themselves into the 4. That's pretty exciting stuff in the Women's National Premier League as well, where Belconnen have already won the league. Speaking of Belconnen winning the league, they could do that in the CPL this afternoon, couldn't they? If they win away against Wagga City Wanderers down in the Riverina, should they slip up? Canberra Olympic are playing White Eagles at 3 o'clock. They'll need a win as well. West Canberra Wanderers, well, they play Brindabella Blues. The Blues mathematically can still make the 4 should Juventus lose all their games and get beaten by a heavy margin. That first game for Juventus to secure their place in the 4 is against ANU tonight, this afternoon. We'll keep you across all that as well. Plenty of CPL action, but Belconnen slipped up in midweek, beaten 2-0 by Brindabella.
Yeah, I was having a bit of a chat to Anzaris, and I think we were both sort of licking our wounds after Wednesday night. I think we were both on the receiving end of some gifts to opposition sides, but yeah, look, I think for Belconnen, they've just got to brush themselves off and get on with it. I think that's obviously what any team that comes up against a side that's beaten them, that they need to rebound and do that pretty quickly. So, yeah, look, I think, and that CPL final series is something to really look forward to. It's just, yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing. I suppose I'll just look at the women's. I think Croatia are on 34 points. They've got 3 games to go. Olympic on 30 with 3 games to go, and they play each other in the last game of the season. So
you need them to slip up somewhere along the line.
Yeah, they've got Gungahlin during the week, and obviously we've got West Canberra tomorrow. We both play Madura, and then we play each other. But then Gungahlin and West Canberra, 27, 26 points. They've both got 2 games left. Gungahlin and Tuggeranong Croatia, West Canberra Olympic Belconnen. Very much open.
Yeah, it's going to be a good final series as well. I mean, that one, go back to the CPL briefly. At the moment, we're looking at Belconnen Olympic and then potentially ANU v Juventus.
Yeah, and then you've got someone like Brindabella who have just knocked over Belconnen.
Yeah, they could. I mean, I think they're 6 points off the pace. They need 2 wins and they need Juventus to lose both to get themselves in. But they finished the season strongly, Brindabella, and there's a little bit of pressure on Juventus to make the 4 with their star-studded squad. Let's see how they go this afternoon. Really looking forward to. Think about that final series in CPL, and we will bring you quite a lot of that live on Capital Football YouTube, which is going to be great, is that I believe that any one of those 4 teams on their day, even Brindabella, could beat any of the others. Yeah.
Oh, look, and that's right. I mean, it's funny because I was having a bit of a conversation with Anthony Timotheo this morning. He messaged me for my birthday, and we were just having a bit of a chat about the CPL and how tight it is. And I said to him that those very same words. Everyone in that sort of top 5 or 6 can beat each other. You know, obviously Belconnen have been the benchmark pretty much all year and only just started getting a couple of defeats now. It's a long season, but they went for a large period of time without losing a game. So, you know, they set the standard. Olympic started off like a house on fire. They were they were beating everybody, and then obviously Juventus with the influx of players have just really taking. And then, by the same token, ANU were undefeated or lost only 1 game for a large period of time as well.
Canberra Olympic are the team to watch for goals, though, aren't they? Because it just seems to be loads going in at both ends of the park at the moment for them, which would be horrible for Ryan Grogan as a coach, pulling your hair out. Anyway, let's have a look at the 2 teams as they join us here for this title decider, I want to call this. Tigers versus Croatia. The Tigers team as follows. Ali Effie picks William Lejeune in goal. The same back 4 as last week that won against Tuggeranong United here. Noah Steinacker, Michael Southam, Marko Milatinovic and Shandon Whitehead. The same midfield 3 as well. Angus Pitkin, Sam Whittier and Ben Basser-Silk. Up top, there's one change. Lukman Ahmed Shaibu comes back into the side for Nick Tanescu, drops to the bench. William Akio and Josh Milisovic either side. On the bench, Samson Carr, Augustin Bankura, Tomohiro Ogo and Nick Popovic, Nick Tanescu. That is a stacked bench.
Yeah, and you know me, Russ, I usually look at the bench pretty much first just to see what sort of depth they've got. And you've got 5 players there that would probably start everywhere else. In most NPL sides, maybe not the one that's opposing him today, but in most others.
Well, the 5 on the bench plus the 5 here. You chuck a goalkeeper in for those 2 teams, you've got a good 11 in the Premier League. Let's have a look at the Canberra Croatia outfit. 4-3-3 for them. Sam Brown in goal. Tony Spaseski, Matt Gudabisha, Jack Barach, Cullen and Riley Souza are the back 4. No Ryan Keir today. Nicky Adrich comes into the holding midfield role. Daniel Cobertaldo and Michael Piccolo in front of him. 3 up top sees Nick Pradagina replaced Daniel Sparrow, who's carrying a bit of a knock. Thomas James and Max Green are the other 2 up top. Both of those been amongst the goals. Thomas James having an incredible season. On the bench, and this is the strength we talked about, Keegan Vucetic, Daniel Sparrow, Daniel Subasic, Nikola Subasic and David Seselia. So, Frank, if you had Carr, Bangura, Ogawa, Popovic, Taneski, Vucetic, Sparrow, Subasic, Seselia, chuck a goalkeeper in, that's a pretty good team, isn't it?
Yeah, you're probably making finals.
When that's the substitutes.
Yeah, look, I think the one thing that stood out to me when you announced the lineups, Ross, was just the unavailability of Ryan Keir. I think he's been outstanding this season. I know we spoke last week when we did the commentary on the Tuggeranong Tigers game, and we spoke about potential players of the year, and we banded around names like Thomas James and Daniel Barrett. But for me, Ryan Keir's got to be in that conversation. And he's been outstanding. So it'll be interesting to see how Canberra Croatia respond to that. Obviously, they've got some great personnel there and ample sort of backup in the likes of Yadrich and obviously Cobertaldo playing midfield. So I'll be looking forward to that.
Gareth Biggs in charge, Ricardo Alberto and Benjamin Cracknell the assistants. Canberra Croatia need a point to win the league. The teams have met 30 times in the NPL here. Croatia won 17, Tigers 8, 5 draws. Draws aren't often on the card. 15 Tigers home matches. There's been 7 Croatia wins, 5 Tigers wins and 3 draws. For those of you who love the goal stacks, in 30 games, 136 of them. Croatia have scored 87, 42 for Tigers. So we're not expecting a 0-0 draw. In 42 league and cup games, by the way, there's been 189 goals between these 2 teams. They know where the net is. Tony Spaseski. Thomas James, first shot of the afternoon, and it scrapes just wide of the post. And there's a warning sign for Tigers if they needed one. Took a bit of a nick, must have.
Yeah, brilliant start there from Canberra Croatia. All happened from when Marco got caught with the ball down in his defensive area. Couldn't make up his mind what he was going to do with it straight away, and then tried to play something up the line, which was caught out. And then in the transition, Canberra Croatia managed to get their way into the edge of the box and fire away the first strike.
Max Green will take the corner. 4 white shirts in the penalty area. Croatia in all white today with the black trim. They've gone short. It's opened the angle for Green to maybe get a shot away here. Deflection is whacked clear by Ben Bassasilk. Thomas James figures, Frank. 15 goals, 20 assists in 14 starts and 2 sub-appearances in the league. It's quite ridiculous, isn't it?
It's more than acceptable, isn't it?
Yeah, 14 starts, 2 off the bench, 35 goal involvements, as they like to say these days.
I'll tell you what, though, just that clearance from Ben Bassasilk, if it found its way to Akio, it's a 2-on-2 down the other end. And just need to be a little bit mindful of that, Canberra Croatia.
Nicky Yodrich back for Gudabisha. Looks to send it long. Noah Steinacker.
Gee, you'd be pressuring that, wouldn't you? The ball was bouncing.
Southam back to Steinacker. One of the Tigers 5, I think they're being called now, aren't they, Frank? The ones that played in midweek in the 23s. Caused a lot of consternation around town, didn't it?
We had a bit of a chat to Ali before the game, and I know he just wanted to get minutes into players.
And that's the perfect. They did nothing wrong.
But I was going to have a bit of a tongue-in-cheek, but
yeah, I've already done it for you.
I better not.
Southam to switch it across to Milisovic. He's been in great form, young Josh Milisovic. Ball in for Bassasilk. Left it a bit short, and Yadrich can bring it away. They didn't win in the 23s prior to this, though. I'll come back to that in a moment. Thomas James is offside. The match before this finished in the scarcely believable scoreline of Tigers 0, Croatia 7 in the under-23s. Tigers championship chasing were top of the table, crushed 7-0 by Canberra Croatia. Angus Wells was sent off at 2-0 for the Tigers for a last-man challenge, the old dog say. But that's a scarcely believable result, isn't it? 7-0.
Yeah, that's... Look, I guess you're down to 10 players, so it makes a bit of a difference. Obviously, it makes a big difference, but I think once it gets over 5, then you start questioning attitude more than anything else. But obviously, there were circumstances there, midweek game, and a player sent off. But yeah, it's a big statement win for Canberra Croatia in 23s.
Yeah, puts them within touching distance of the title themselves. They need O'Connor to slip up as
That's
well.
a great ball.
Derbyshire finds Cole Bataldo, tripped up by Milisovic.
Did he...
Spaseski finds Cole Bataldo. James. Pratagina had a great season, 15 goals to his name, chasing a golden boot. Nick Pratagina.
I think the ominous part for Tigers here is the movement off the ball from Thomas James. He looks definitely up for this one.
Sums his season. That's a loose touch from Shandon Whitehead. Denis Spaseski.
And we're starting to get a fair crowd in here, Russ. It's just a problem that there's nowhere to sit.
That is an issue, isn't it? You can see quite a lot of them over on the far side. When the camera goes, there's a knot of fans behind the goal. There's a fair few sat in front of us on the bank with picnic blankets and etc.
And I've got to be honest, we're lucky Canberra crowds are pretty reserved because there's nothing stopping. There's nothing between the players and the crowd here.
Well, that's exactly it. There's no.
There's not even a rope.
Not even a rope. Yeah. William Lejeune finds Michael Southam. Fullback to clip it forward, looking for Akio. Won the header. Lukman Ahmed Shaibu. He's had a couple of weeks back home, visiting his parents who've been sick, which is why you haven't seen him for a while and why he needed some minutes in the week. Back in the outfit now, the former Canberra Croatia striker. 8 goals for him this season. 46 in 56 games for Lukman Ahmed Shaibu. Not a bad little record himself. Piccolo sends it wide for Souza.
And former Canberra Croatia as well.
Absolutely. Good touch from Cole Bataldo. Scored a goal in that final, didn't he? In the grand final, a header to get his team back on terms against O'Connor. Scored goals wherever he's gone. Lukman Ahmed Shaibu. Has had a couple of clubs, hasn't he? Monero Panthers, Croatia, Gungahlin,
Sunderland.
Tigers. Sunderland?
Oh, Sutherland.
I thought you said Sunderland.
No, Sutherland.
Sutherland Sharks, yeah, he was there for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then Indonesia, was it Jakarta he was at for a little bit?
He was at, I think, was it SD Raiders halfway through that Monero season in 2021 as well.
That Derbyshire stole a few too many yards for the referee's liking.
It's a good start though from Canberra Croatia. The Tigers have got into Canberra Croatia half probably once with the ball when young Milisovic got forward.
Croatia have won 4 of the last 6 games they played in the NPL. Scored 20 goals in doing so. Tigers are unbeaten in their last 5 games since they lost 4-0 to Croatia in round 13 at Deakin Stadium. Well done by Nicky Yardrich to find Souza. Max Green. Back for Parac Cullen. Daniel Subasic, by the way, who normally plays his football at centre-back, is on the bench today. He's been a bit poorly during the week. I think he's had some of that dreaded lurgy that's been going around hitting everybody.
Fair bit going around, isn't there?
You were a bit rough yourself, weren't you, Frank? Are you feeling a bit better?
I wasn't as bad as a lot. I mean, been pretty fortunate actually this year, but wasn't feeling the best after Belconnen.
Well, yeah, we were here on McKellar on Wednesday, weren't we? And it finished 4-2. Didn't help yourself, really. Well, not you personally, but your team.
Yeah.
You can't give Belconnen United chances like they coughed up, and they were happy to take them.
Yeah, they've been like that all year, haven't they, Russ?
They've been ruthless. I can't think of many they've missed. They've bagged a bucket full of goals. But you know what? Every game they play, they're a game closer to losing one.
What's that game closer to winning a title? Just quite.
No one stays unbeaten forever. They're a very, very good football side, though. I'm sure yourself and Missy and whoever, Missy Longa from Croatia and whoever makes up that 4 will have a little plan in place. Finals football is a fickle beast, and we know that. A lot of finals football going on around town today in Community League semi-finals.
A lot of, even in the NPL juniors, Russ, it's pretty close contests across the city. You notice that we were having a chat about the 18s.
Pradagina's rolled that into the path of James. Loves these kind of positions. Milutinovic for company. And balled into the middle. Southam took control of the situation. William Lejeune might have got there.
I think William had it covered, but I think Michael Southam probably was a bit worried about Pradagina being close as he was. And short corner on again.
And they have gone short to Thomas James from Colbertaldo.
Too easy.
Pass Pitkin, fires that across. Did that get a touch from Lejeune? No. Must have got something. No. Croatia making the early pressure. I think it's a throw. Max Green's not going to get away with the corner. Launches one in towards Colbertaldo, dwarfed by Milisovic. Jadric, Spaseski. Nice controlled opening for the league leaders. Too close to the goalkeeper.
That's one of those balls, though, Ross. If anyone runs in front, it's hard for the keeper because it's coming straight to him. So he's going to go to that as far as like it's keeping its trajectory. It's an interesting pass there from Tony Spaseski. I'm sure he wanted that a little bit further away from the keeper, but they're difficult for the goalkeepers.
Yeah, it moved a little bit, didn't it? Yeah. In the air. Challenge from Whittier. Oh, free kick's been given. Looked like the ball from where we were, but blindside perhaps of the official.
I think Woody copped a little bit of Daniel Colbertaldo in that.
Free kick goes away of Croatia and a chance for Thomas James to tee something up. Anytime this man gets near a set piece, it's a danger.
And Jack Barrage Collins to move forward.
And he's the obvious target, and that's whipped in towards him. Southam wins the header. Comes out as far as Spaseski. Showed a lot of that, and that'll be another free kick. Whitehead with a foul. And this is a position of promise for Thomas James. Loves to whip in these crosses. Gets good shape on them, Frank, and good pace too.
Oh, he's a quality footballer, isn't he, Russ? And he has been for a long time. Gee, I tell you what, it's pretty much one-way traffic at the minute.
Tigers defending. James whips it low and hard. The bounce was awkward for Whittier. Helped away by Ben Bassasilk. He's going to go to a white shirt, though. Sousa via Piccolo. Go to Bishop. Able to stride forward imperiously and find Pradagina. Swing, Colbertaldo, James. Hanging out in this position out wide. Thomas James. Away from Whitehead. He hung a leg out. Another corner. Colbertaldo will take.
Thomas James pretty annoyed with the ball running onto the field.
I couldn't see it because the camera was in the way.
Which he should be.
Did he just get rid of it?
Oh, did he what? Yeah.
Colbertaldo just swing it into the area. Parach Cullen wins it on the far post. Whittier up and away, only as far as the edge of the box. And brave again from Sam Whittier. Where did it land?
Probably just landed now. I just hope he hasn't done a hammy doing it because he wellied it.
It's a Mo Salah penalty. Well, that's the problem again we were talking about.
Exactly.
There's nothing around here to stop the balls coming onto the field.
Well, there is. Stop kicking them around the side.
Well, true. There's a whole raft of grass over the other side of behind that changing room complex, isn't there? Here's Whitehead. Won by Pradagina. Tigers yet to get hold of the football. Bassasilk. Pitkin. Southam. Sweeping ball towards Akio. It's bounced up and hit him on the arm, unfortunately, for the South Sudanese winger.
I caught one of his YouTube videos during the week, Ross.
How did you like that?
It was eye-opening. No, it was good. The one where he got sent off against Gungala was interesting.
Haven't watched that one yet. I'll have to have a look. Did he have his GoPro on?
No, he was using most of this footage, I think.
James tries to squeeze that one through. Max Green was the target. Steinecker got there first. Maliefi strolling around his technical area at the moment.
He's just got to ride this wave of Canberra Croatia attacks and then, like you said, just try to get their foot on the ball. We've got to see the likes of Bassasilk and Woody and Milisovic just start getting a bit of control. Pitkin's got to start getting on the ball.
They've been forced back a lot, Frank. Would you be concerned about how deep they're having to lie at the moment? Because when the ball comes out, this is happening quite often.
There's two trains of thoughts there. Yeah, you're inviting them in, but at the same time, you're probably reducing the spacing behind for the likes of Max Green and Thomas James to get in behind you if anything does get played in, because then Lejeune can pick that up. It's finding that balance.
Milicic finds Whitehead on this near side. Pitkin.
This is better. This is what they need to be doing.
It's ball forward towards Akio. In behind for the first time. Chance to take on Riley Souza. And to get away from Riley Souza. And it's fumbled by Brown. And it was cleared up calmly by Matt Gadabisha, who was back there. And meanwhile, Spaseski can send Pradajina away, but Milutinovic will get there first.
So that's really encouraging there from Tigers. I think they'll be really happy that they've managed to string some passes together. And it was a good block there from Sam Brown. But at the same time, Lookman was in for a tap-in right behind him. It wasn't...
Sam Brown would be cross it. He didn't hold it.
Yeah.
Even though it came at a fair old rate of knots from William Akio.
But, you know, obviously you've got Akio running at Sousa there, which is that might be a good matchup there for Tigers, depending on how that progresses through the game.
Josh Milisovic with the throw. Riley Souza likes to get forward on that far side. I don't know whether he'll have that much of a brief to get forward today with Akio and perhaps Steinacker also down that right flank. I mean, I guess the same scenario for Noah Steinacker. He likes to get forward, but he'll have Thomas James or Max Green out on that flank and leaving space for either of those players, and William Akio at the other end is
That's
dangerous
a great
game.
ball there from Sam Brown.
He found Max Green in space. So that might curtail the natural attacking instincts of the fullbacks. Here's Akio going through the gears. Ahmed Shaibu to get there. Gerbisher went to ground early and won the ball. Needed to, but look, the pace of William Akio.
Yeah, he's probably a bit of a slow burn this season, Russ, but he's really come to the party last few weeks that I've been watching him. I think maybe I was sleeping on him a bit, but I think he's really starting to take
9 goals this season for William Akio. Has been in good form recently.
Actually, he scores a lot when I commentate, just quietly.
Well, he scored goals in each of his last appearances.
Yeah.
Last 3 appearances. He's got 4 goals in those 3 games,
There's
3
even-
consecutive games.
There's a Gungahlin game I did earlier the year at South Jarrow. I think he scored a couple there as well.
Milisovic to whip this into the near post. Nodded away. Yadrich might get there first. Now here's a chance for James. An orthodox ball forward. Came at him at difficult height. Willem Lejeune to find Southam in the AIS sunshine.
I was about to say, it's a cracking day, isn't it?
It's been a funny day, isn't it? Because it's not warm enough for a big coat. Here's Milisovic. It's not warm enough for your big coat, is it? But it's a bit nippier for no coat.
Yeah.
It is that kind of time of year, but wonderful afternoon. Not a breath of wind around the AIS. Perfect conditions for a football match of this magnitude. Playing surface is good as well. It's got that yellowy grass on it, the old couch that needs to be
run smooth. It's a
beautiful service. Yeah. Colbertaldo through the legs of Bassasilk. Yadrich. Challenge from Bassasilk back again. Here's Colbertaldo. Matt Gerbisher. Parach Cullen. Ball forward looking for James. Southam was touched tight, still couldn't get there. Came off Akio. James again loves these sweeping crossfield balls. Pradajina will chase, will do well to keep it in, did brilliantly. No one in a white shirt in the box. Whitehead. Bassasilk robbed by Colbertaldo. Space for Pradajina. Showed too much of it to Milutinovic. Good pace to the game. That's a free kick. It's not, apparently. Looked like one from where we were. Colbertaldo's won it back anyway. Piccolo finds Parach Cullen. Is it fair to say Dino Grinic will be the happier of the 2 coaches so far, Frank? Considering we played, 18 minutes of football, and it's been mostly left to right.
Yeah, look, and it's been a good watch for 18 minutes. I think if you're in Dean's shoes right now, you'd be pleased with what you've seen. At the same time, I mean, I don't think Ali will be disappointed. Right at the moment, they've shown a fair bit of resilience. Apart from the Thomas James shot early in the half, in the first minute or so, there's nothing been really sort of clear cut from Canberra Croatia.
It's probably what he expected, Ali Effie, isn't it?
And they're probably going to have to rely on the break a little bit and see if they can maybe wear this Canberra Croatia team down a little bit. But so this is the opportunities that they're going to get.
Ahmed Shaibu did well to come deep and collect. Pass from Bassasilk wasn't quite what Akio wanted.
I almost think I think they almost need one more pass before they get to Akio. That's a couple of times, and I think that's where Steinacker comes into it. If Bastisilt can find the overlapping fullback and then draw Akio into a 2v1.
Thomas James is giving it away. Shandon Whitehead can advance. Milisovic.
Yeah, and that's that link.
Whitehead, Ahmed Shaibu. Milisovic in behind here. Browns come to collect.
It wasn't a bad ball, but gee, Akio was in good space behind him.
Spaseski to bring it forward. Palach Cullen. Sousa's ball in for Colbertaldo. Piccolo. Jadric. Every Tiger behind the ball except Milisovic at the moment. Now he is as well. Good shape though to the Tigers. Not much movement from the Canberra Croatia front six.
It's more this. This is where Jack needs to start driving in and start picking players off.
Colbertaldo in the gap between the lines, looking for the run of green. Was angled. Well marshalled by Southam, well gathered by Lejeune.
Tigers' shape is going to be pretty simple. It's almost a 4-4-1 when they haven't got the ball. But if Gubrasel or Parach Cullen can drive forward and start drawing a midfielder, then they can start getting a few gaps.
Ahmed Shaibu down, free kick given. Reminder that the derby's on as well this afternoon. Clearwater's derby. 0-0 in the early stages of that one as well. Important game for Queanbeyan City in their chase for the top four. There'll be some eyes from Gungahlin and Tuggeranong on that one as well. Milisovic turns sharply. Ahmed Shaibu back to Milisovic again. Jinking feet and a wonderful finish. Josh Milisovic dances his way through and finds the bottom corner, and it gets a run of play. The Tigers are in front.
Brilliant little play, little combination play on the edge of the box between Milisovic and Lookman. That was outstanding. And then I actually thought Milisovic took the wrong option there. He seemed to take the ball away from the goal, but all he did was open up the angle, and he's just slotted that far corner. And this is what I was saying to you, Russ, around Ali would be happy that they basically held strong, and once they started getting on the ball with the likes of Bastisilt and Pitkin and the like, they were starting to create a few headaches down the other end.
What the doctor ordered as far as Tigers are concerned, but as it stands, Ladder sees them closing the gap to a couple of points. And Josh Milisovic with a super finish across Sam Brown. A reminder, a Croatia point crowns them champions. A defeat leaves it going into the final day. Well, let's be honest, Frank, they'd still be favourites. A home game against Tuggeranong United, of course, to get what they require. But it would be nervy.
Look, there's a lot of water to go under the bridge just yet. It's a very good start though now from Tigers. They'd be very well pleased. And Canberra Olympic are up 1-0 against Wild Eagles, Ross.
Third goal of the season for Josh Milisovic. It's been a goal at ANU Juventus as well. Juventus 0, ANU 1 in that one.
Yep.
So early goals in the CPL, big goals too. A big goal here, Max Green to turn. Sousa. James. Back from Pradagina. James tried to dink it through. It came off Bastisilt. Ahmed Shaibu, who, as Frank said, played his part in the goal. Steinacker. Little exchange of passes with Akio. Palach Cullen there first. Well nodded on by Max Green.
And we were talking about this before the game as well, Russ. There's a few implications for Canberra Croatia around cards as well, isn't there?
There are, yeah. There's 3 players sitting on 3 cards at the moment. Max Green, Daniel Colbertaldo, Thomas James, we believe. Which would mean...
if this gets feisty near the end, if it gets a bit...
Well, there's the danger, if it's not done today,
Yep.
they need the points next week. That those players will be playing against Tuggeranong United side that probably need the points to make the 4. That game could be a bit feisty as well. It's potential for missing finals of players on both sides. Colbertaldo over the top for James. Milutinovic was in the way. It will be a corner kick.
As much as you guarantee goals, I'm guaranteeing cards. I'm going to call it now.
Looking at the Tigers, Marko Milutinovic is on 3 as well, we think. He's the only one, I believe, that might be teetering on the brink at the moment. There's a whole raft of them on 2 that wouldn't want to be carrying a 3rd into next week's game. Colbertaldo with the corner kick. Delivery is good into the middle, well met by Spaseski. Parach Cullen to tee it back for Piccolo. Souza. Switch to Colbertaldo again. Spaseski. Milisovic in with a challenge. Strong one too. Play on, says the referee. Colbertaldo to chip it in. Steinacker to nod it away. Riley Souza. Pressure mounting here. Pradeshina. Colbertaldo. Pradeshina into the crowd. Steinacker away. Now the break for Akio. And Parach Cullen launches one.
Just some of the deliveries from Canberra Croatia's right-hand side, Russ. It probably just need to be a bit flatter, with a bit more pace on it as well. Some of them just being clipped in, and Tigers have got pretty tall timber back there. We've been talking about that all year. But
Whittier, space for Akio if he can find him. That's where it's gone. It's not a bad ball as well. Akio will retrieve this. 2 orange shirts in the middle. Basasilk's taken up a great pocket of space. And that was travelling. Important block by Parach Cullen.
It's probably going over, but if you wanted the ball to fall to someone with some technique, there's your man, Ben Basasilk. He's I've known Ben for years now, and
is that what you said? It's probably going over. That's a bit harsh,
yeah,
Frank.
no, because I know I could see it was going over.
Good
block,
James.
but it was going over.
That's not a bad ball for Max Green to chase onto. Whitehead's committed to it.
Yep, Spaseski's come forward.
That's a goal kick. Good work by Shandon Whitehead. That was a terrific half volley from Ben Basasilk.
He'll probably message me after he watches this back. He'll say it was going in.
Top bins, for sure. 100%.
It was going over, Ben.
It's probably too churlish to say he's had a new lease of life since moving from Panthers over here, isn't it, Frank? Because he was decent there. Just
he's a good player. He's a very good player, and he's got great technique. And I think
struggling to get in the 11 at the Panthers, wasn't he? For the way the style they played and the formation they had. But certainly been a very big addition to this squad.
Yep.
Is that Gareth Biggs' card that William Akio found on the ground?
Well, they marched their free kick about 10 metres forward.
Well, he wasn't looking. Oh, they've got him. That might have been Benjamin Cracknell in front of us informing Gareth Biggs of the...
He's probably tuned into a coverage, Russ.
Oh, absolutely. Why would you not? He's very good at giving us the signal for minutes added on. Mr. Cranknell on this near side. Good leap by Ahmed Shaibu. Bounced off Gerbischer. Didn't know a lot about it. Spaseski away. James.
What a touch.
And the turn and the ball. And Pradeshina's half in behind here. Angles are cute for Nick Pradeshina. Not much in the way of support at the moment. Cavalry arriving now. James skips away from Southam. Riley Souza. 3 in the middle waiting for the delivery that hasn't come yet. Pradeshina. Change of angle for Spaseski. Tigers now back in numbers. And that ball's given away to Ahmed Shaibu. He's managed to squeeze it for Basasilk. Steinacker, break might be on again.
Switches on again.
Akio comes short. Steinacker. Ahmed Shaibu ahead. Akio out wide. Akio to deliver. Gerbischer away. Only as far as Basasilk, they're playing this in transition beautifully at the moment, Tigers. Basasilk into the area.
Yeah, really impressive, Ross.
Yeah, transition play is wonderful, isn't it? The link up between the front 3.
Yeah, it's a... As much as I'd like to, I think it's just a mature performance. I think you can start seeing Tigers growing into themselves, and
they've been happy to let Croatia have a lot of ball, haven't they? And in wide areas.
Yep.
And knowing that they've got, as you mentioned, the tall players at the back to deal with it.
A lot of it comes just down to trusting what they've got. They know each other pretty well now.
Milisovic finds Silk. Southam.
But the ball earlier from Thomas James into Pratazana, just probably just got himself too much of an angle to take his first time strike, unfortunately, once he got in the box.
Perhaps needed the first touch to be across his marker.
Potentially, yeah.
And that might have given him an opportunity. Ifs, buts and maybes. Lots of them up here in the commentary box. Half an hour almost gone. The 1 goal from Josh Milisovic, the difference. Canberra Olympic lead White Eagles by 3-0 now.
Jeez.
They've just scored 2 goals in next to no time, according to my updates.
Yeah, I've got the same update as well.
So they've gone from 1 up to 3 up, and perhaps 3 points in the blink of an eye.
According to our updates, we've got 2 goals in the 27th minute.
That's what I'm seeing. So, yeah, I mean...
Maybe they've hit it twice.
27-28, maybe. That's why I was saying according to, because you don't know whether one of those will disappear. You might think, we will see a little bit later. You got anyone on the ground?
Actually.
Whiteheads for Tigers. Looking to hit Akio crossfield. Tried to find Steinacker, did. Not quite how he intended, I don't think. Angus Pitkin. Marko Milutinovic. Ben Silk. Again, looking for Akio. Great touch from him. Steinacker. Whittier back for Silk. Now Milutinovic. Tigers looking very confident. Now they lead. Akio. Milutinovic got there ahead of green just. Whittier. Silk. Steinacker, loads of passes in this build-up. And Pitkin then gives it away as if on cue. And Colbertaldo closed down quickly. Thomas James's throw looking for Pranachina. Putting the pressure on Southam. So fair to say, Fred, the Canberra Croatia started very strongly. They looked the more confident, the two sides, but since the goal, Tigers' game, as you says, looks very mature, and they've knocking the ball around with apparent ease. A lot of confidence amongst the ranks of those in orange at the moment. And why wouldn't there be?
And again, I think that a lot of that may come from Ryan Keir not being in the centre of the park as well. I think he adds a lot more. He adds a lot of bite. Maybe that's where someone like Daniel Sparrow might come into this game as well. Maybe more.
Yeah, they're not short of bite on the bench, are they? Sparrow, both Subasic's.
Yeah. So, question, and I know we're talking a lot of hypotheticals. Tigers win the league. Let's just say Tigers win the league. They can't be playing teams like Preston and Avondale out of this pitch.
Yeah, this is the question. I'm assuming they'll use South Jerrabomberra.
Yes, okay.
Out there, that would be my assumption. It might be wrong, but that's where they played many of their big games, haven't they? The home matches that they've been afforded.
It's a pretty good call.
That's why I'm paid the mediocre dollars to be here, my friend.
Yeah, but it's all those other endorsements that you get, which means that you can buy helicopters. And
I told you it's gone.
Yeah, because you bought the yacht.
To sail around your island in Malta that you own.
It's not a very big one, let's be honest.
It's a very nice one. Lejeune stretching to clear. Presentation time soon, isn't it? There'll be a few of them floating around for us.
Doing much MC, Ross, at those?
Got about 6 or 7, I think, this year, which will be interesting.
So what, we're talking a new wing to the ranch?
It all goes to school. All goes to school fees, my friend. You can't afford them.
Well, if you're sending your kids to private tutors in Switzerland, that's your problem. You could just add another wing to the ranch at Googong.
I just wanted to follow your move where you sent your boys.
No.
Thomas James beaten by Steinacker. Pranažina. I've got a compact little 3-bed you can Google, my friend. And don't you forget it. I've got a cubby house in the garden for the kids. Does that count?
No,
is that extra? Is that the wing you're talking about?
But that's, you won't say that it's attached to the mansion with the stables.
Look, only one of us on this on this call has a pool, and it isn't me.
No, because yours is actually naturally called a lake. So
I do have a pool.
Don't, Ross.
Mate, you're the one with the pool, mate. Canberra. You can come round my house and have a look.
Canberra. Mate, I don't need to come. It's
never got invited to your pool though. Let's be honest. never been a summer invite going. Geez, nice hot day. Southam said it.
Says the guy that makes me work on my birthday.
100%. Look, I mean, I'm telling you, your wife told me how to take you out.
Thanks.
Green
corner
wins the corner kick off of Shandon Whitehead.
Yeah, Max Green's pulled up a bit sore there.
I think he just tweaked his back, didn't he, when he was sending that ball into the penalty area. One of those awkward ones when he twisted the body to try and keep it in.
That's called getting out of bed for people our age.
Tweaked my back definitely this morning.
Now let's see this delivery. Let's see if we can get this bit flat.
Well, look where he's placed the ball, which is interesting, on the very touchline. Then goes short, and maybe he should have placed it a bit closer.
I don't think it would have made a difference, right?
Maybe not. Max Green with a throw. Goes long looking for Spasesky. There was a challenge on Milutinovic, and Gareth Biggs says it was illegal. So
10 minutes ago this half, and apart from that first strike that Thomas James had that just went past the post, there hasn't been too much that really troubled Lejeune.
Well, that was in the first minutes, wasn't it, near enough? Yeah. They haven't been able to really test the goalkeeper.
Having said that, Sam Brown hasn't made any saves other than like that block cross.
Akio will chase this. Parach Cullen will get rid of it. Pranažina brilliantly brings it down. Now he's got runners ahead of him. Colbertado to slide it through for Green, and the flag stays down. Max Green just wide, very close and similar to that Thomas James finish we were just talking about.
Had to do better, I think, there, Max. I think he did well to stay on side, because that was pretty touch and go as well. The release there from, I think, Colbertado put him into goal, and had to at least test the keeper in that.
Well, two finishes from similar positions, and neither James nor Green can find the target. And when you're looking at players with a combined total of 28 league goals between them this season, that's something of a surprise. Meanwhile, Milisovic, who has hit the target, can take on a back-tracking Tony Spasesky. Great feat from Josh Milisovic, goes down under the challenge of Gudabisha. Was caught late by Ben Silk, who sees yellow.
He'd be a tricky customer to handle in and around the box for us, young Milisovic.
It's a slow centre of gravity, isn't it? And he jinks from left to right, and he's got great feet. Genuinely two-footed winger. And he can just dart inside someone before they've even shifted the body weight.
That's the experience of Matt Gubberson showing out there. Spasevski was 1v1, brought himself over to that position to help him out, rather than just sort of deal with what happens after that. Really proactive defending there from Matty Gubberson.
Milutinovic happy to go home to Lejeune. They're happy to leave three up top for him to hit, the big goalkeeper. This Canberra Wanderers and Brindabella Blues kicking off at 3:30 today. They've just started. That ball in is for Ahmed Shaibi. Loads of space. Must be two. What a save. Sam Brown somehow keeps his team in it. And then the post helped him out afterwards. But that is a brilliant stop from the goalkeeper. It looked dead on 2-0.
Incredible stuff there, Sam Brown. And then even the defending, I think it was Parach Cullen that managed to get that clear. Hit the post as well, Russ.
Yeah, Akio's ball in was wonderful. And Ahmed Shaibu caught by Colbertado here at Whitehead's. And a little bit of afters. Sam Whittier didn't enjoy it. Neither did anybody else. Danny Colbertado, I think that's his fourth yellow as well we were talking about, Frank.
Yep.
I'm not sure there was enough in it for there to be all this afters.
Nah.
It was a yellow card and nothing more. And Daniel Colbertado is explaining that to Shandon Whitehead. And that's for Colbertaldo.
It was actually Matty Gubrisa that made the defence.
The block.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how Ahmed Shobi's not scored. It was a sensational save.
Yeah, I think it's hit Sam Brown more than, you know.
He's just thrown his body in front of it,
yeah.
isn't he? And I think, I mean, it's still a wonderful stop.
Metre either way, you know, it's 2-0. But yeah, I just had a look back at that tackle as well. It's just a foul.
Yeah, not a lot in it for the afters. Shannon Whitehead to lift this in. This is awkward for Brown with the sun in his eyes, but he does really well.
2v2 up here. Now it's
Steinaker up with James. Breaks for Pradajina. That ricochet might fall for Jadric, who's caught by Whittier, who is lucky perhaps to escape a card himself. You mentioned there'd be cards too already.
Yep.
Free kick in a position where Thomas James, is it too far? Not for him, I wouldn't have thought. It might be on the cusp of a strike at goal.
It's one of those ones where he's got, it is a long way out, but at the same time he's got the distance there where he can get it up and over the wall. But
well, it looks like it's going to be a strike, judging by the angle of his run-up. 3 in the wall, Thomas James to whip it low, and it's come off Colbertaldo. Pradajina's done well, didn't quite keep it in.
Ooh.
The free kick wouldn't have troubled, I don't think, Willem Lejeune. Just a little undercurrent between the two teams
100%,
as well.
100%. And so there should be. It's first against second. Big game.
No goals at High Street in the derby. Queanbeyan City 0, Monera Panthers 0. A point that would put Queanbeyan City a point clear in the race for the 4 ahead of Tuggeranong's game with O'Connor tomorrow, making the Tuggeranong win even more paramount. Great touch from Spiseski. James couldn't quite turn away.
That's some space there too.
Akio. Riley Sousa's having an afternoon against William Akio. Pace, persistence and power from Akio. Sousa stuck to it, but all the way along there was having a little tug at the arm. Your pizza's turned up, Frank.
I thought they were yours.
I could do with one right now, to be fair.
Tell you what though, Akio's probably got Sousa for pace, hasn't he?
He's given him a torrid afternoon so far, hasn't he?
Sousa did really well there. Just a bit of contact, making sure that he was with him the whole way. Gave away the free kick, which is fine. But yeah, if it becomes a one-on-one foot race, could be dangerous.
Milisovic to whip it into the area. It's going to come from Ahmed Shaibu, but there was a flag up for offside against Sam Whittier. Just confirming it was him who was offside. We approach the final 3 minutes of the first half. Josh Milisovic's goal is the difference. As we stand, the league table, Croatia 45, Tigers 42, Panthers 37, Queanbeyan 25, Tuggeranong 24, Gungahlin 22. Matt Gerbischer to slide it through. It's going to be one of those days, but if there's a goal at High Street as well, it will make a big difference. And another one here, of course, would also... Worth noting that Canberra Croatia's goal difference is massive. It's plus 49 compared to the Tigers plus 17. I don't think we will go to goal difference.
That's an extra point, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it will go to that. But if it does, nap hand with Croatia, Max Green.
Did really well to get himself into that position. Just couldn't get hold of his shot. But he's starting to get into the game a little bit now too. He's had a couple of... he had that opportunity earlier and now he's starting to beat players 1v1. It's good to see.
Well, 8 of the last 10 goals Croatia have scored have actually come in the second half of games. And they haven't kept a clean sheet in the NPL for 6 games, now 7. Last time they had was Tigers.
Good numbers here.
Whittier for Milisovic. White's heads up with him. The ball's good towards Akio, and that's a good piece of defending as well from Palach Cullen.
Important header.
What's been impressive, Frank, is the way they've got numbers forward in supports here, Tigers.
Yep.
Seems to be plenty of options for them. But as I mentioned in that stat just a moment ago, Croatia seemed to be a second-half goal lately. A second-half goal. The second-half scoring side. William Akio with the corner. A second Tigers goal now. Might be priceless for them. 2 minutes of the first half to go. Akio, outswinger. Whittier's header off the line. Could have been 2. Brilliant piece of defending. I think it was Michael Piccolo had stationed himself on the goal line and he saves his team because that was going in.
Yeah, brilliant header there from Pix. Well done. Probably another player that needs to get more into the game too, Russ. Haven't really called him too many times, have we?
And that's why they put him on player on the goal line, isn't it?
Yep.
Because that was a meaty header from Sam Whittier. Ahmed Shaibu. Milisovic has a pop. Spiseski away. Colbertaldo under pressure from Milisovic. Does well. Yadrich. James. How much important will that goal line clearance be at the end of 90 minutes?
Come out this side.
Prodagina, lovely pass. Spiseski, space. Shut down pretty quickly by Whitehead. That's handball the second time and the third, and possibly the fourth. But you look at moments in football matches, Frank, and that one might be a big one.
Yeah, well, they've had a couple of opportunities to extend their lead, haven't they, Tigers, with the Lookman chance and then Whittier's header being cleared off the line.
They came here today knowing they needed a win to keep the title race alive. At the moment, they're getting it. Milisovic. Souza. Pradagina's got some room. Steinaker took it off him very quickly. Picking. Ahmed Shaibu. Whittier. Milisovic. Angle ball. Parach Cullen again with the clearance. Spiseski. And here's Piccolo. Nice dummy from James, and now Riley Souza on the front foot. Away from Accio defensively. Not quite as dynamic going backwards as he was forward there, William Accio.
No, and that'd be really encouraging for young Riley, because he left Accio for dead there.
No slouch himself. Ooh, and that's a challenge right on the edge of the penalty area on Nick Pradagina by Angus Pitkin, and in 30 seconds of stoppage time gone, this is prime territory for Thomas James.
It is. There's been a couple of nibbles just on the edge of the box. There was one where Southam nearly got a little piece of Thomas James in and around the box, and they're just going to be a bit careful of that.
Well, we said it before, Frank, and we'll say it again. If you could put a football on a field for Thomas James to take a free kick, this would probably be exactly where you put it. This is a chance. 4 in the wall. It's a big wall, tall wall as well. William Lejeune is sorting it out. Thomas James is actually taking it back a yard, isn't he?
Yeah, so
to give himself a bit more of an angle.
Yep.
Set-piece specialist.
This is similar to where the Dario beat Lejeune from to make it 4-4 in that Gungahlin Tigers game, isn't it?
It's a very similar position. Thomas James whips it into that wall. Second bite. Well, dummy in the first instance. Wasn't his best. He's going to get another free kick out wide. Ahmed Shaibu with a foul. William Accio wore the full brunt of that Thomas James free kick. Winded the winger. And whilst it wasn't a shot on target, they've still got an opportunity here. Thomas James will pick himself up off the grass. William Accio will do likewise. Doesn't really need treatment at this stage. Colbertaldo in the middle. Yardrich there too. Max Green in there. Parach Cullen, Spiseski. 2 on the top of the box. Plenty to pick from. James to whip it goalwards. William Lejeune elected to punch. Good choice too. Pradagina to retrieve and reload. Into the area towards Colbertaldo. Comes for Yadrich. First touch was okay. Half-hearted shouts for a penalty, I think, from those in white. Yeah, Colbertaldo and Southam come together. Yeah,
it was a good ball from Pradagina, and Yadrich was not far away from getting that under control.
Were you surprised he didn't have a ping?
I think it was a nice idea, to be honest. The touch was just a little bit heavy.
Here goes James against Steinaker.
But this is more
Southam up and away.
This is more how we started the game, isn't it, Russ?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a all hands to the pump approach for Tigers at the moment. Bishop forwards. Southam nods it into space. Riley Souza will retrieve again. Thomas James, first time. And that'll do, says Gareth Biggs. And the first half ending much like the first half started, with Canberra Croatia on the front foot. But the important part was in between. And Josh Milisovic's goal is the difference between the two sides, Frank Keisha, at the break, and a goal from a neutral perspective, which keeps the title race very much alive.
Fantastic, and it was a good half of football, Russ. It was very easy to watch, and I tell you what, it's set it up for a bit of a grandstand finish this second half. The Lookman, the goal there from sorry, who scored?
Josh Milisovic.
And then the Lookman miss, and then the other chance. But yeah, they've done really well, Tigers. Really mature performance. They look really good in transition. Canberra Croatia started getting back in the ascendancy that last 5 minutes with Thomas James pulling the string. So looking forward to this second half.
Half time in the CPL. Canberra Olympic 3, White Eagles 0, Canberra Juventus 0, ANU 1. Into stoppage time close to half-time at High Street. Queanbeyan City 0, Monero 0 in the Clearwaters derby. The important one here, though, Josh Milisovic's goal in the 21st minute means Tigers at the moment have closed that 5-point gap to 2. It's half-time at the AIS. Tigers 1, Canberra Croatia 0. Welcome back to the AIS. We're at half-time. Josh Milisovic's goal is the difference. Tigers 1, Canberra Croatia 0 in this top-of-the-table clash. A Croatia point would give them the title today, but, well, Tigers, they're spoiling the party and keeping themselves very much in the running for the crown. The gap at the moment reduced to 2 points. Samaras Gibbs. Frank Keisha is with me. Frank, half-time over at the Clearwaters Derby as well. 0-0, which is a point which would leave Queanbeyan City 1 ahead of Tuggeranong and would open the door for Gungahlin, who have a better goal difference, not quite the better goal difference, worse goal difference, but a win for them, and a Tuggeranong loss would put them into the 4, believe it or not, tomorrow. I'm just looking at the benches, Frank. Lots of attacking talent over on the Tiger side. Popovic, Ogova, Tineski, Bangiura Kar is there 5. There's a couple of strikers in there. On the Canberra Croatia bench, they're a goal down. Daniel Subasic, Nicholas Subasic, David Saselja, 3 defensive players. Daniel Sparrow and Keegan Vucetic. So normally there's a lot of forwards in those on those Croatian bench. Only the one today, and Keegan Vucetic, a deep-lying playmaker. Do we think we're going to see Daniel Sparrow shortly?
I mean, Daniel... So the whisper around at half-time is that he's knocked up pretty badly with his leg. So maybe Vucetic is the first sub. But I went and watched Canberra Croatia against Ugali, and they had a similar sort of bench where they had a number of defenders on the bench as well. So again, yeah, you asked me at the beginning of the game around mindset. I mean, Canberra Croatia, if they were 1-0 up, having 3 defenders on the bench is probably not a bad thing. 1-0 down, they've still got enough off that bench that could make an impact. Next goal's massive, obviously, in the context of everything. Like if Tigers go 2-0 up, or if Canberra Croatia get it back to 1-1, the next goal is pivotal in this game. I guess one of the other things that we probably just mentioned that we've seen here at halftime, we've probably got about 40 or 50 kids on the field.
So many.
And the Canberra Croatia boys are trying to warm up, and they're just surrounded by kids having a kick of the ball, which is nice, but at the same time, I think that's something that needs to be looked at a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't help the half-time warm-up for everybody. I can't see a change in the Tigers 11 as they walk out. Just casting my eye around the Canberra Croatia team to see if there's anything there as well.
No, I don't think so. From what I'm seeing here, there's the midfield. It looks exactly the same. So Piccolo, Yadrich, and Copataldo.
As you were.
As you were. Yep.
Well, 11 of the Tigers' last 14 goals in the league have been scored in the second half as well. And as I mentioned, 8 of the last 10 Croatia have scored have been in the second half. So maybe strap yourself in, because there might be a few goals to come. Canberra Croatia, 68 major trophies in their history. Only the 6th for the Tigers. But they're doing their best to derail the hopes of the visitors at the moment.
So is that 6 including Cooma Tigers or just Tigers?
That is 6 including Cooma Tigers.
That's probably less than what I expected, Ross.
Yeah, a couple of league titles, 2014, 2021, a couple of grand finals, and a couple of cups. I mean, everyone's got less than you might have thought, because these guys on the ball right now tend to hoover them up, don't they? 25 league titles, 19 grand finals, 20 Federation Cups, and 4 Charity Shields. Max Green knocks it on. Michael Piccolo. Green finds James. Comes off of Whittier. Akio away, only as far as James again. I think Gungahlin Juventus might be the second most storied club in terms of trophies, and then Canberra Olympic, which you won a few while you were there.
Yep. Yeah, I think when I arrived at Olympic, we only had 6, which was surprising considering their history.
And now your trophy room at home is full of trophies. Here goes Akio. Milisovic playing as a 9 at the moment, losing out, and then fouling Piccolo. So important stuff going on around Canberra today. That free kick from Piccolo is looking to get James in behind Southam. There's a high foot there. James taking advantage of it. Loves these positions. Thomas James causes havoc, and that could be a penalty. It is. Southam brings down Thomas James. And the English striker gets his team an opportunity to get back on terms.
Yeah, well, right about now, I think Michael Southam would have been hoping that the first free kick would have been pulled back for the high feet. Thomas James, instead of coming into his right foot, took him down the line and doesn't take much. He got caught there and...
Nick Pradagina's been the man from the spot over the last few weeks. He scored the penalty against Gungahlin United. He scored the penalty against O'Connor Knights. He is a set-piece dead ball penalty expert. 15 goals to his name, chasing the golden boot, and a vital kick of the football in the season. Could it be a championship kick of the football from Nick Pradagina? Willem Lejeune, 6'5" of him, stands between Pradagina and Canberra Croatia being on terms. And remember, that is all they need. Nick Pradagina, an interminable wait for the young striker. Usually so cool and calm in these situations.
Big moment.
In the context of the OPC NPL season, this is huge. Gareth Biggs going through the admin with the teams around. This is not helping Nick Pradagina. The longer it takes, the more the pressure builds. Here he goes. Pradagina against Lejeune, sends him the wrong way. And Croatia are on terms. And a goal that might have huge consequences. It's 1-1.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, hats off to young Pradagina. He was made to wait a long, long time. He's got a massive frame goalkeeper in front of him, and he took that penalty as well as I've seen one struck for a long, long time. Bottom corner, excellent.
16 for the season for Nick Pradagina. 12 starts. This is his 13th start of the campaign. And a big moment, but once again, Thomas James, he won't get an assist for that one, but he's played his part. And now Canberra Croatia have the bit between the teeth.
And all the best laid plans go out the window. 3 minutes into that second half.
And here they come again. Piccolo looking for Pradagina, causing Milutinovic problems. And beating Milutinovic. And Colbertaldo, the deflection could go anywhere. Steinacker away. Canberra Croatia scents blood. Pradagina has kept it in.
Is that...
And there's a free kick. And there's a little bit of a coming together.
Is that Nick Teneski on, Russ? Number
Over
11?
on that far side, it might well be.
Yep.
Did that happen after the goal? I didn't see him come on at half-time. We'll see. It's Ben Silk who's made way, I think, isn't it?
Looks like it, yes. And then Milisovic has gone into the middle, into the 10 role.
That yellow card was for Nick Pradagina, who's got himself a goal and a card to his name now. And Nick Teneski out on that far side. He's got a good impact, Nick Teneski. Scores goals. Won by Whittier. Hadn't seen him on because Tigers haven't had the ball at the start of the second half at all, Frank. They do now. Southam. That's a nice ball for Akio. He's caused problems all day, and he can go at Riley Souza. Wants a corner, and he's going to get one as well.
Just a quick shout out to Nathan Magic, Russ. Talking about Olympic and their trophies. The last captain that we had in 2019 to win the league gifted the trophy, and Nick Popovich is on the bench today. He was in that squad as well.
Is Magic away?
Is he still suspended? I'm not sure. I think he got a couple of games because it was, yeah. And even Daniel Sparrow was in that squad, who's over there for Canberra Croatia.
Daniel Sparrow scores often on this field. Might be worth a try. Milisovic with the corner kick. Tigers looking to reassert their superiority.
Good ball.
Met by Gerbish. He was the only shirt in the frame, though, Matt Gerbish. No orange ones near him.
No. It's surprising that they didn't put someone in front of Sam Brown.
Southam picked off by Green. Gets a second bite at it. Akio still looks the main source. Akio with Milisovic in terms of creation.
So even going back to our post-half-time conversation, three defenders on the bench probably looks a masterstroke.
It does now, doesn't it?
The minute.
One apiece in the big match. Lovely touch from Milisovic. Whittier challenged by Yardrich, falls for Pitkin. Taneski round the corner, likewise Milisovic. Ahmed Shaibu. Pitkin. And Whittier took his eye off it. Unusual mistake from Sam Whittier. So your half-time team talk of keep it tight, lads, for the first 10 minutes or so. How good was Thomas James's run, though? He loves to isolate defenders like that in those positions, Frank, and get himself those opportunities to win his team a spot kick.
Well, you get some players who are absolute superstars, but sometimes they go missing when your team really needs them. But he's really stood up. Not that that's
back for Whittier to have a go.
Not that that's any surprise, but I think testament to even TJ's sort of maturity over the last few years. He's become a more mature player. He's showing a lot of leadership today again.
We go back to that grand final against Olympic, where they were very much second best. Here he is again. I'll come back to that in a moment. The ball is in towards green. That's a good block by Steinacker. Roddy Sousa's chasing to get there. Back for Max Green. Delivery is met by Whitehead. Creates a 50-50 with Spaseski and comes around away with it. Now here's Milisovic. 3-on-3 momentarily. Spaseski getting back. Ahmed Shaibu won't get there ahead of Pranch Cullen. Talking back about that grand final where Croatia were very much second best, I think, if I remember rightly, Frank. And Thomas James came up with 2 crackers, didn't he? To win it for Canberra Croatia and Deakin Stadium. One of those days where he just stands up.
Yeah.
Were you in charge then?
I was. He could have even... Yeah, I'm not going to go.
You could have won that game.
Could have won that game.
Probably should have.
Could have been playing against 10 as well, Russ.
Yeah, well, but you weren't. Akio, good pace to get away from Pranch Cullen. Great run too as well. Ahmed Shaibu, what a block. Nicky Yardrich. That was travelling towards goal.
He's really opened up this game.
I don't remember the incident you're talking about. You have to show me afterwards. It's 2 good goals, though. Oh, I do now. I do remember it now, you say. And yes, you could have. Milisovic with the free kick. With the corner kick.
Thank you.
Whips it in towards that near post. Ahmed Shaibu was there. Brown got a piece of it.
That was brilliant goalkeeping.
And here goes Pradajina to knock it into the path of Max Green. Nick Pradajina, Thomas James wants it in behind. Is it going to reach him? Oh, it might, because Mick Pickens missed it. Here's Thomas James. Can he find a way? Oh, he's left the ball behind. Steinacker's robbed by Max Green, who's dancing his way past a couple, and Southam stops him. Schoolyard capers in the back there. Milisovic goes down under the challenge of Sousa. No free kick. Milisovic stays down. And here's Max Green, and he can't tee up Michael Piccolo. And the long ball might free Ahmed Shaibu, who goes down under the challenge of Gerbischer, who's going to see yellow. They want a different colour card. I'm not sure they're going to get one. It looked like it was going well away from goal. But that was a madcap, 35 seconds.
It's end-to-end, and it's very open. And I think there's going to be more than just an undertone coming into this now, the next 10, 15 minutes for us. Looking forward to this. And Ogawa looks like he's coming on for the Tigers. And it looks like Subasic.
Which one?
Daniel.
Ogawa's coming on for Milisovic, I believe, who's come off on this near side. And Daniel Subasic.
It looks like Yadrich.
Is it Riley Sousa who's going to wander over that way, I think? Isn't it?
Oh, yeah, 13.
Daniel Subasic for Riley Sousa. That might mean that Jack Parach will drop in the fullback.
He'll come out onto Akio. And he defended really well before, whereas the ball that got fed through to Lukeman, he matched him for pace.
Got both sides going for it here, making for a very watchable encounter. Shandon Whitehead over this free kick. 5 Tiger shirts on the box. That's charged down by Thomas James. Probably shouldn't have been. When he was dancing around on the edge of the box there, Thomas James, you thought he was going to be able to get the shot away, but the ball just wouldn't sit for him.
It was going to be a goal for the ages if he did get something into that.
Southam. Steinacker. Whittier. Steinacker charged down by Green.
Good
Lovely turn from Akio. Go to Bishop. James. Delightful header to find Pradagina. Even better return. Here's Thomas James. Almost again. Oglewood takes it off his toes.
Was waiting for
I think that's where it was going to go, wasn't it, next? Maybe could have gone there earlier. Brach Cullen.
And when does Ali Effie look at the likes of Nick Popovic, Russ?
Well, he must be champing at the bit to get on. That's a loose ball which Spaseski's going to drive onto. And showed too much of it. Pradagina still somehow got there first. Southam away. But Nick Popovic would seem the ideal replacement, wouldn't he? 56 Premier League goals to his name.
It's an interesting one though now, because where do you put Popovic? Because I wouldn't really change that front three. You've just brought on another midfielder in Oglewood, so you're not going to take him off. It's either
just like for Ahmed Schreiber, you'd think would be the only one.
Well, you're not going to take off Woody. You're not going to, and I don't think
Akio's been playing very well, hasn't he?
And Pitkins pretty much played every minute that I've watched from Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, the only option would be the like-for-like swap up top with Lukman Ahmed Schreiber, you would think. Especially now Oglewood has dropped into that 10 role.
Do they potentially go 3 at the back?
Well, if they're looking for a goal, they might even just go 4 up top.
That's what I mean.
To be honest, yeah.
Go 3 at the back.
Just chuck them all on. Plenty of time still to find a way through a more orthodox route, though.
The key for Tigers now is not conceding. They can't afford to go 2-1 down. If they go into that last 10 minutes 1-1 or in the lead, then it's all set up for them. But if they go 2-1 down, it's a mountain to climb.
Oglewood. Picking.
That was always
great touch from Gareth Biggs.
He tried to nutmeg him and get him a fine. That's what I cop every training session, Ross.
A nutmeg?
An attempted one, especially Tate and Marzi.
Did she ever get you?
I think she has once.
She wouldn't have been vocal about that at all.
No.
Southam.
Yeah, shy retiring type, isn't she?
Absolutely. Wouldn't say boo to a goose. Spaseski. You have to clip that bit for her and put it in the group chat for you. Go to Bishop forwards. Should be Lejeune. Milutinovic. Half an hour to go. At the moment, Canberra Croatia have the point they need. A point that would make them OPC NPL League champions and give them a spot in the Australian Championship. We're a nice, easy group with Avondale, Preston Lions and NWS Spirit await. Great opportunity, though, for football fans in Canberra to go to Deakin Stadium or wherever Tigers will play their games, if they win there, and watch 3 really good football sides in action as well. Should be some cracking games. There's some good players in those 3 teams, Frank. Avondale look amazing at the moment, don't they?
They've been good for a long time, Russ, and they've really hit their straps in the FFA Cup. Or is it Australia Cup or FFA now?
Australian Cup.
Yeah.
Whoever wins the league here in Canberra, their first task is Avondale away in round 1. In the first week of October, I think. Here's Akio, second week of October, I should say. Here's Akio. Steinacker on the overlap, didn't quite link up. Sunday the 12th, if I remember rightly. Nice, easy way to drop yourself into that competition.
So, do the players that are playing now, so once our season's finished, can whoever wins our title sign players?
I believe they can sign 3.
Right.
Before the championship starts. Don't ask me how that works with the amount of players you can sign through the review.
No, I'm not going to ask you that.
So I have no idea.
I'm not going to
but I understand that you can, at the end of your season and the start of the championship, there is room for scope for 3 players, I believe.
Okay, so question. Would you sign 3 players?
Well, only if you're going to take those 3 players next season as well.
Well, does it matter?
Well, I mean, I think depending on the noise I'm hearing out of the Canberra Croatia Cup of players who might not be available for the final, for the Australian Championship, yes, I would. Because you need to replace those players who couldn't play.
But all going well, if you had the full squad available, would you still sign 3 players? Or you're saying you'd only sign players?
Akio's ball for picking. Come back to that in a minute. Gerbisher comes across. I think I would sign players anyway if they're part of my plans for next season's NPL. So it's getting the right ones in, though, isn't it? I'm sure there's discussions already being have had throughout clubs. I'm sure there are all around. I mean, you'd be having discussions with players as well, I'm sure, at this stage of the season.
I don't even talk to the ones I've got, Ross.
Well, that's fair enough. You take them for a walk around the lake. Akio to whip that into the near post.
It's a nice walk.
Oh, it looked lovely. Nodded away.
No, I'm just curious. I mean,
half-time, West Canberra Wanderers 0, Brindabella Blues 0.
Would you consider bringing in players from Sydney or Melbourne?
If they're going to move here.
But you wouldn't otherwise?
I wouldn't otherwise, no, because you're bringing in players for no particular reason, aren't you? You're paying them as well. Here's Akio, skipping past a couple, looking for the bender into the corner. There's Whittier! Stings the palms of Brown. Akio trying to bend it round everybody.
We had perfect angle there. Like, you could see that bottom corner open up, and good block, and then Whittier turned on a dime, and great save there, Sam Brown.
Akio again, he has looked lively today. Can he create the moments? Whipping this corner to the near post. Colbertaldo was stationed there. Pradagina can send it away. Thomas James had a look to see where the goalkeeper was, and then sweeps it into the path of the onrushing white shirts. Pradagina finds Jadric. Piccolo outside him. That's where it's gone. Spaseski in the box. James on the far post. Piccolo finds Jadric. Colbertaldo's got a bit of space in front of him as well if Nicky Jadric comes square, which he does. Here is Colbertaldo. They've slowed the attack down, though.
And Juventus got an equaliser against ANU. Russ?
Big goal for them. Whitier's ball forward is picked off by Gerbisher, and that's a firm challenge as well.
Won the ball.
He did win the ball. Thumping challenge from Gerbisher. Yeah, Juventus 1, ANU 1. Here goes Akio. 2 runners ahead.
Both made the same run.
Tried to open a gap for him. Southam clobbers Parach Cullen. He gets a yellow card as well. His 5th of the season.
Yeah, when Akio broke and cut in field, both Lookman and Woody made the same run.
Since you mentioned there'll be cards, we've had 5.
Yeah, I told you.
Can you talk a bit more about goals?
There'll be goals.
Thank you.
There'll be more goals.
There we go. Keeping you up to date with what's going on around the grounds in the CPL. Canberra Juventus 1, ANU 1, Canberra Olympic 3, White Eagles 0. Both those games have about 20 minutes to play. Half-time, West Canberra 0, Brindabella Blues 0. And in the OPC NPL, 66 minutes gone, Queanbeyan City 0, Monero Panthers 0. No goals in the Clearwaters derby. Which is what Queanbeyan City might like. They're getting the Mayor's Cup today, by the way. Which will go down well with Monero Panthers, won't it? Because they've won 2 of the 3 matches this season between the 2.
Be interesting to see Mayor Winchester.
I told him he needs a half and half shirt. Half Queanbeyan, half Monero.
He's very much in the Monero camp back in the couple of years ago.
Well, he can't afford to be anymore.
No, he can't.
Half his constituency's red. And the other half wears the green and black.
And he's a Tuggeranong diehard, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Yep. Good ball.
There's a chance for Steinacker. Probably might even be there at the Old Boys Day tomorrow. Tuggeranong United Old Boys Day for their match against O'Connor Knights. Did you get a good turnout? Southam. Pitkin.
It's interesting. He's got Bangira warming up. I can't see Popovic at the moment.
Milisovic. Pickens in trouble here. Can Piccolo send James? He's onside here. Thomas James. Max Green's busting a gut to get into the middle. Michael Piccolo as well. Thomas James gets a bit fortunate. It's Pradagina. It's blocked off the line by Steinacker. Lejeune was beaten. That's 1 each for clearances off the line. And that was heading in. Piccolo. Parach Cullen. Green somehow got a toe on it. Pradajina for James. Sense of anticipation whenever he gets the football. Thomas James, because he can do things like this. Run it out play, unfortunately. Nearly found Max Green, but again, what a good bit of defending from Noah Steinacker. Right place, right time.
I'll tell you what, Noah's work started about halfway. He was shoulder to shoulder and sort of linking arms with Max Green, making sure that Max wasn't breaking into the box on his own. Might have gone a little bit unnoticed, but I think that's the sort of defending that.
Well, Frank, with
the dark arts, but
half the half to go, Canberra Croatia will be fancying themselves here because Tigers, to keep this season alive, to keep their title hopes up, are going to have to throw things forward. Yeah. And with Thomas James, Pradajina, Max Green on the break, perhaps Daniel Sparrow, if he does have the energy in to get on, they'll be able to pick them off. They're almost written for Canberra Croatia at the moment. Tigers will not go down quietly, though.
No. Oh, and this is the opportunity for Tigers. They can throw the kitchen sink at that Canberra Croatia. Now, it's interesting because this may be the third window that LEF is using, unless we need to confirm whether or not Taneski came on at half-time or after.
It must have been half-time, surely. But I didn't notice him out there at half-time in the huddle. But then again, as I said, he went across to the far side. If he did, I would imagine it was half-time. He just didn't pick it. Well, that's a sore one. Whittier, away from Piccolo.
Both boys picked themselves up.
Taneski, I haven't seen much of him since he came on. Can't get past Spaseski, who's been brilliant this season. Looking for the ball forward. Cole Bataldo finds one. Oh. Piccolo tried to help it on his way, couldn't.
I've been impressed with Pradajina today, Russ.
He's had he can't get in the team every week, can he? Which is incredible.
But we know he's a good player. We know that. But I think he's really stood up today when the chips were down. I know I was saying the praises of Thomas James. Oh, that's brilliant.
That's brilliant from James. Piccolo, Pradajina, Cole Bataldo.
Yeah. So going back to what I was saying, Thomas James has showed a lot of leadership, but I think Pradajina is not far behind as far as like really standing up and flying the flag for Canberra Croatia. He's done a great job today.
Augustin Bangura for Angus Pitkin. Attacking player for a holding mid. Third change for the Tigers. Bangura looks like he's going to slot in to a 10 behind the front three. Shannon Whitehead's gone almost like an auxiliary winger as well. It's almost a kitchen sink time, Frank.
Funny. Is it Tigers supporters complaining about how long, but the Tigers are the team at the ball?
Well, it must have been, because Canberra Croatia wouldn't really care, would they?
No.
Ahmed Shaibu, Whitehead. Ahmed Shaibu might come for Ogawa. Often, as is say, Tomohiro Ogawa, he might be able to pick the lock. Here he is, almost ricocheted for Bangura. Now the break might be on for Canberra Croatia. Max Green, everything's all across the far side of the park. Yardrich, Pradajina, Green will continue his run. Southam should get there first. Lumps that one up towards us. I'll tell you what, that was a good little take from that young lad in the Tiger shirt. Just took it out of the hands of the gentleman in front of us. Sprung through the air. Southam. Bangura's first involvement. Breaks for Ogawa. Sends Taneski springing into attack. Akio's got a lot of space on this near side, but Taneski went alone and only found Daniel Subasic. Spaseski. Thomas James running the tight byline. Shandon Whitehead sending him over it. Legally so. If that is a free kick rather than a throw, Frank, that is a nonsensical challenge from where I'm standing.
Happens, Russ.
Because he was going absolutely nowhere, Thomas James. He was going to the corner flag. I doubt he was holding the ball up. Here's a change which will see Canberra Croatia stick another forward on.
Looks like the other Subasic as well. Yeah.
A couple of changes. Daniel Sparrow and Nicky Subasic coming on. who's making way here. Corner flag's broken down in the corner, by the way. Milisovic about to change it with the one from halfway. Looks like Piccolo as well, taking his shin pads out, unless he's just readjusting. So it's Pradžina
and Pix
and Piccolo. So where's Nicholas Subasic going to find himself? Maybe in midfield. Versatile player, Niki Subasic. 16 times he's been off the bench this year. 2 starts.
It's Keegan Vucic.
Keegan Vucic coming on, yeah.
It was Skaz that might have given us the heads up there. Sounded like him or someone.
Still versatile, Keegan Vucic. He's played several other positions himself.
And he looks just like Nick Subasic.
Thomas James with the corner kick to whip it in. Met in the near post. Daniel Sparrow immediately involved. And it will be a goal kick.
It has to be a corner, doesn't it?
I couldn't really tell through the bodies. Keegan Vucic, 14 starts this season, 5 off the bench, a couple of goals. Makes more sense that he would sit into that role where Michael Piccolo would be. Different colour boots on for Keegan Vucic today, for those of you that are interested in that kind of thing. Jack Parach-Cullen is going to be forced to play this under pressure from Lukman Ahmed Shaibu. Bangura comes across, wins that. Wagga City Wanderers and Belconnen have started.
Is that here or is that over?
That's down in the River Arena.
Any reason why it's so late?
I don't know. Is the final answer? I thought it was supposed to be in McKellar Park. Well, I think it is at McKellar Park, but I think that's the wrong way round on the app that I've got. I'm pretty certain that's at McKellar Park. 4:30 kickoff, because I thought Wagga played their final home game last week. So yes, it is at McKellar Park. Just up the road from here. You can make the second half, Frank. If you didn't have a birthday dinner to go to.
If I was borrowing your helicopter.
The Crown Prince of whatever esteemed states come around your house on your birthday.
No, we're off to upstairs at the Hellenic Club, Russ.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Well, there you go, with Greek royalty. Colberteldo to send it forward.
At the Asian restaurant. Yes, exactly right.
Look, a bit of everything. Max Green. Yadrich.
Good feet.
Oh, great feet. To get away. Jack Parach-Cullen. Colberteldo. 15 minutes to play here. Subasic, James. Whittier got there. Brought down by Keegan Vucic.
Popovic, ready to go.
Last throw of the dice. Attacking wise.
And it is looking at you. You called that, Russ. Well done.
Well, thank you. Nick Popovic for Lukman Ahmed Shaibu. I might have been tempted to keep them both on myself.
Yeah.
With quarter of an hour to go in a game you have to win.
They can't finish any lower than second, can they?
Well, they could. If Monero Panthers get a winner, they'll be a point behind the Tigers heading into the final round. Tigers would fancy themselves against Queanbeyan City, of course, here. And Queanbeyan would need some points for the top 4. But you'd still think it would be an opportunity. Queanbeyan City are so hard to beat at home, aren't they? Holding Panthers to 0-0 again today at the moment.
They've been hard to beat, full stop.
They have. Good season. Southam. Ogawa. Southam again. Oh dear. Michael Southam. As soon as it rolled past his foot, he knew the look of disgust on his own face. Every second that ticks away is a second closer to yet another league title for Canberra Croatia. Taneski. Whitehead. Nice feet. Akio's got lots of room again.
Throwing them forward now.
Noah Steinacker on the burst. And putting it in. Swept away by Spaseski.
He did well, Steinacker. He really did. But I almost want that ball getting flash across the face of the goal first time, don't you?
Or Bangura's pass might have let Thomas James in here. Will Lejeune got there first. Needed to start high, didn't he? Because that looked for a moment like James might be presented with the opportunity. Still might. Looks offside. It is offside. Well, how's your pressure? How's your nerves?
Mine are fine.
The blood pressure if you're a Tigers fan or a Croatia fan. You can hear the noise from the supporters just lifting somewhat as we enter this final quarter of an hour. The way this game has gone,
there's a goal either way.
Yes,
there's a goal.
A goal either way would be probably the winner at this stage. Popovic. Daniel Subasic away. Whittier. Akio. Whittier. Nice. Here's Popovic. Up against Gerdebischer. Two old war horses battling away. Two players who've done so much for football in Canberra. And Matt Gerdebischer wins that particular duel. Vucetic. Shandon Whitehead got there and then trod on it. Helped out by Milutinovic. Lejeune. You can feel the sense of...
tensions are rising.
Yeah. Sense of anxiety amongst the Tigers supporters and players. They know that they've got to score if they're to keep themselves alive.
And you know how quickly they can change too, Ross. Those frustrations and feelings of pressure can really change in a second with a Tigers goal.
Milutinovic wins it. Taneski helps it on. Hooked away by Gerdebischer as far as Colbertaldo. Steinacker in front of Green, who aims to win it back. Colbertaldo does so. Well done that.
That's brilliant
midfielder.
From Colby, yeah, well done.
Yardrich.
He's starting to find some space. Little pockets of areas there, Daniel Colbertaldo.
And that's come off the back of Akio. This is quite a stint for Daniel Colbertaldo these days, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, he's now gone, 12 minutes to play or 11 minutes to play. He might be going through he'd have to be going through the full 90 now, wouldn't he? They made the changes. Southam launches one. Subasic won the header. Sparrow battling with Ogawa. Milutinovic. And then we'll come back for the free kick. Daniel Sparrow. Dismissive gesture to Marko Milutinovic. Suggests he made a meal of that one. Marko Milutinovic wouldn't back down from a battle. Free kick goes away at Tigers. Shannon Whitehead will take. Everybody bar Steinacker and the goalkeeper up. Thomas James, the only Canberra Croatia player ahead of the football. Swung in by Whitehead. And it came off of Colbertaldo, perhaps. There's been a goal at High Street, and it's gone to the Monero Panthers. Queanbeyan City 0, Monero Panthers 1. A huge goal for the race for the top four.
Massive goal there in the scheme of things, Russ. But did that look like a corner to you?
I thought it came off Colbertaldo.
That's what I thought.
What a moment that is for the Panthers. We'll get you news of that goal scorer if we can. It's come with 9 minutes remaining. And it's a goal that closes the gap on the Panthers to the Tigers to a point at the moment. To 2 points at the moment, I should say.
I think
Sparrow.
More importantly, it's a lead to Monero against their crosstown rivals.
For the first time this season, they
Correct.
might be well in winning a game, and also it's a very important goal for Tuggeranong United. And Gungahlin United in their chase for the top four. Big moment. Queanbeyan City 0, Monero Panthers 1. Popovic. Whittier forward. Taneski's broken away here. Not much in the way of support at the moment. Nick Taneski might have to go on his own. Does go on his own and forces a save from Sam Brown. Excellent work from Nick Taneski. Good goalkeeping from Sam Brown.
Tell you what, Sam Brown's made 2 massive saves in this game. Around the same period of each half.
Super stop that one. Nick Taneski had no real right to get inside and hit that. Bangura, Colbertaldo needs to be careful. He's already on a card, of course.
There's a couple of boys there, Michael Southam and Colby, have just flying a little bit close to the win there.
Steinacker, Southam, Whittier. Shandon Whitehead. There'll be a few clubs. Tigers, well, Tigers definitely, and maybe Panthers, that will be looking at this and wondering how this is going to end.
Good defending, Subasic. Popovic was on the end of that.
Bangura back for Southam. That's a good clearance. And Vucetic might put Thomas James in. There's been a goal at McKellar. Belconnen United 1, Wagga City Wanderers 0. An early goal for Belconnen. A win today wins them the title. Right now, Frank, Queanbeyan City, Gungahlin United might be hoping for a Croatia goal. Because if they can win the league title today, for a Tigers goal rather,
Yeah.
because if they win the league title, if they can stop today, Tuggeranong would be playing a Croatia side that have got something needing to win next week. And be praying for Tigers to get the goal that they can put the pressure on. Cobertado finds James. Vucetic. Now Max Green might be in behind. It's Max Green bearing down to title-winning goal for Canberra Croatia. Surely that does it. Max Green, unerring, in behind, scores the goal, and Canberra Croatia are a step closer to the league championship crown.
Yeah, showing some great pace there. I think, again, it was a great little ball in there. Looked like maybe even Parite Cullen put it through for Max Green to run onto, and he showed a clean pair of heels there to Milutinovic. Great finish. Great finish. And just goes to show, Russ. It started off with Cobertaldo.
They signed Max Green for moments like that, for moments that bring him his 20th goal in all competitions this season.
Yeah, the final pass came from Vucetic, Russ. Keegan Vucetic, he was brilliant with that ball. Really well weighted, and Max Green just ran onto it.
When they needed him to stand up, he's done so. When you buy a striker, well, there's a swing for Ogawa there. On Keegan Vucetic. That's unlike Tomohiro Ogawa. Frustration mounting. Gareth Biggs was all over it.
Just wonder if that's a Thomas James or a Matt Kubrisa doing that, whether they stay on the park.
Well, the words we could hear from Gareth Biggs was there was no intent.
Well,
so we'll give them the benefit. They were right there. Southam to loft it in. Nodded away by Cobertado. Tigers need 2 to keep themselves in this title race.
Look at the run.
James, Jadric, Tenetsky's back there helping out. All hands to the pump. Once Max Green got clear, you never thought there was going to be any other outcome. When I spoke to Dina Greenwich at the start of the season about the signing of Max Green, there was a thought he could get 20 goals this season. He's done it in all competitions.
Oh, look, and he started off at Gungahlin, and then there was a couple of clubs that were interested.
He's technically got 21 goals if you count his Charity Shield goal for Gungahlin, which I guess you should in the scheme of things. Whittier. Can Tigers do the extraordinary? Popovic. Crowded by 4 Croatia players. Just goes to show what this means to them. Now, when you look back at those players we talked about earlier, Frank, if our calculations are correct, Daniel Cobertado, Thomas James, Max Green, all on 3 yellow cards. Do you expect to see any of them in the lineup next week against Tuggeranong? Probably not, do you think?
Not when you've got a bench as strong as they do, no.
No point risking it. Touch from Vucetic. Ball from Green. James is miles offside here. There's been another goal for Belconnen United. Early days, 17 minutes in, they're 2-0 up against Wagga at McKellar. Feels like the title is heading Blue Devils' way, much like it feels like it's heading Croatia's way here. Parite Cullen sends it forward, looking for James into the final 4 minutes. James using his strength and skipping away from Whittier. And just for good measure, taking on Whitehead. Spaseski. Vucetic, nice turn, almost got Sparrow in. Whittier. That's going to be picked off by Parach Cullen. Colbertaldo. Whittier for the Tigers. Akio to break and get there ahead of Gerbischer, but his touch is too heavy. Matt Gerbischer returned to the fold this year after lengthy suspension. Will be heading home with a league championship medal in 3 minutes or so, unless there's a dramatic turnaround.
Just wondering whether or not Danny Greenwich clears his bench and gets these younger boys on.
Not sure he can, isn't he? Made the 3 changes, the 3 blocks. He's brought on Vucetic, Sparrow and Subasic, and I think they've all 3 come at different times, so might have used his blocks up.
Sparrow and Vucetic.
Oh, they come at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah,
so yeah,
it's got another window.
Well, maybe there will be an ending. It's coming together in midfield with Popovic and Green. Nothing untoward, it was accidental collision. Free kick, Croatia. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go.
Well, it looks like Nick Subasic is up. I don't think David Cecilia is.
I think Cecilia played a fair bit of the 23s earlier today, getting his minutes back. He's been overseas. Colbertaldo. Max Green to chase. Noah Steinacker still putting in a big shift. Noah Steinacker at the back. Plenty
to look forward to in the final series, Ross. Both teams have got real game changers here. Now, we've seen Max Green and Pratazina and Thomas James, and the fact that you can bring someone like Daniel Sparrow and Keegan off the bench.
A little bit later than advertised as well, Frank. Nicholas Subasic for Max Green, whose goal might well prove to be the one that wins the crown. Did what he was meant to do.
And then even if you look at the Tigers lineup, they've got Bangira coming off the bench, Popovic coming off the bench, Ogawa, who was Player of the Year last season. Like there's plenty to look forward to in September for both these sides and people that are the neutrals watching.
Steinacker, Popovic. Into the final 60 seconds. Nicky Subasic has won it off Ogawa. James has made the run. Did he peel from an offside position? It's moot because the pass wasn't good enough. Clipped forward by Southam. Parach Cullen, Colbertaldo, Yardrich. Run back by Whittier. Popovic. Ogawa. Whitehead. If they are to cause an unlikely finish, it needs to come now. Whitehead. Whittier. Bangira's got space. Didn't use him. Yardrich up and away. Won by Gerbischer. Sent forward. Lejeune can send it straight back whence it came. Only as far as Vucetic. First choice is to pick out Thomas James. It's often a good one. We're going to go into stoppage time shortly. James. We are ticked over now. Not sure how many minutes we're going to get. How many do you reckon, Frank? 3 or 4?
4.
4 minutes, perhaps? The ball is where Canberra Croatia wants it to be. 90-odd metres from their goal with a free kick at Thomas James's feet. And if you're wondering if they have any ambitions of a third, well, Nicky Subasic is the only player in the penalty area.
Are you saying Suba can't win a header, Ross?
Well, not against six orange shirts.
I'm backing him in. Don't listen to him, Suba.
Thomas James is offside from the free kick. That is schoolboy error.
That's terrible.
It's finished Juventus 1, ANU 1 in the CPL. Balcony United are going to win the league there, I think. 2-0 up already. Canberra Olympic will win again today. Nicky Subasic with the foul. Southam. Premium City 0, Monero Panthers 2. The second goal in stoppage time for the Panthers. They are 3 points in the bag as Whitehead lashes that over the bar. And that will put them to within a point of the Tigers in second ahead of the final round of the season. And Queanbeyan City's goal difference drops to -14, which might be important. Telgren on -16 at the moment. Gagana -21, a couple of points further back. And a bit of Derby Day redemption for the Panthers. Thomas James beaten in the air by Michael Southam. Yardrich.
Tell you one player who's been impressive, I thought, and probably doesn't deserve to be on a losing team, is Sam Whittier. Russ, I think he's had a big effort today. He's actually had a couple of chances, had that header cleared off the line, and had another strike. I think that
well, you mentioned the big moments, wasn't it? That Whittier header, which Piccolo headed off the line. I think it was, what's the score at the time? It was 1-0, wasn't it?
1-0, could have been 2.
Yep.
Lookman's chance at Sam Brown saved.
Yeah, 1-0 as well.
Could have been 2.
They had their moments, Tigers, moments that they'll look back on and might give them some positivity to take into the final series. They've got to come here next week and do the business against a Queanbeyan City side that have just lost 2-0 at home to the Panthers. That's finished, and that will not be an easy day for them. They could finish third. Sparrow. The forward run from Spaseski. Couldn't pick out Vucicic. Might have been the crowning glory had he done so. Into the 4th minute of time added on. Marko Milutinovic wants to take the corner for Canberra Croatia.
Probably given the chance, he could have taken the pen as well, Russ. He would have put it wide and still would have been 1-0 up. But I think that was a turning point. It was that penalty 2 minutes into the second half, Russ.
Well, once more, Sparrow and James go across. Only Niki Subasic in the centre. Can't be offside from this one, so they're okay. In the first instance, anyway. Full time at High Street, Queanbeyan City 0, Monero Panthers 2. That one's done. Canberra Croatia seconds away from yet another league title. A season in which has seen them score 75 times in the league.
Gee.
That was a strong challenge from Subasic on Steinacker. Popovic, nowhere to go. Free kick goes away of Tigers. We're into the 50th minute of the second half. 5 minutes of stoppage time have been played nearly. Southam will take. Launches one in.
Chance.
Brown's got there first. Glance of the watch from Gareth Biggs.
There it is.
A blow of the whistle from Gareth Biggs. And Canberra Croatia, for the 26th time, are crowned OPC NPL Capital Football Champions. When they needed to find a way in the second half, they did. Nick Pradagina for the 16th time from the penalty spot this season to score. And Max Green, with 7 minutes to play, make this a championship performance. And the crowning glory for Canberra Croatia, they will represent the Capital Football Federation in the Australian Championship. Matches against Avondale, against Preston Lions, against NWS Spirits to come for them. 6 of them in that brand new competition. And Frank Keisha, it would take a churlish person to say that Canberra Croatia, over the course of the campaign, did not deserve to lift this crown.
Yeah, totally agree, Russ. And to Dean Ugranic, to Matty Gubris, the coaching staff and the players of Canberra Croatia, congratulations. They've had a fantastic season. For a long time, they looked like they were going to be crowned champions. They had a couple of stumbling blocks in and around the Cup campaign, but you know, the cream rises to the top, and it's risen to the top again, and fantastic achievement. To Ali Effie and Tigers, look, they played their part in this season, and they've done a really good job. And even today, they were in it up until their ears, and even right near the end, they could have, you know, potentially caused a draw or something like that. But they're a formidable outfit that will challenge Canberra Croatia in the finals, and I'm really looking forward to that final series with the likes of Monero and whoever joins them. That could be the big question next week.
Thanks very much for joining me today, Frank Keisha. Happy birthday once again. Canberra Croatia are a relentless trophy-winning machine. 26 league titles to go with 19 grand finals, 20 cups, 4 charity shields, 69 major trophies, the latest of which secured off the back of a Max Green goal 7 minutes from time here at the AIS. The final score, Tigers FC 1, league champion Canberra Croatia 2.